A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, a group of actors brought to life characters that would become legendary. But what happened to these stars after the cameras stopped rolling? Their journeys through Hollywood and beyond were sometimes more dramatic than the space opera itself. Let's explore the destinies of the heroes and villains who made the original Star Wars trilogy unforgettable. Before Luke Skywalker ever appeared on screen, two unlikely mechanical heroes captured audiences' hearts. Anthony Daniels, born February 21, 1946 in Salisbury, England, became the Golden Protocol droid C-3PO through a chance encounter with George Lucas. Originally a stage actor with credits in radio and theater, Daniels was skeptical about taking a role that would hide him completely in a metal suit. His prissy, anxious performance as C-3PO became the trilogy's comedic backbone. What made Daniels unique was his dedication to the character. He's the only actor to appear in every Star Wars film from 1977 to 2019, spanning over 4 decades. Between films, he continued theater work and became an accomplished writer, penning several books about his Star Wars experience. In 2025, at 79 years old, Daniels remains active in the Star Wars community. Alongside him, Kenny Baker brought R2-D2 to life from inside the iconic blue and white dome. Born August 24, 1934 in Birmingham, England, Baker was already an established entertainer, performing as part of a comedy duo and appearing in circuses across Europe. His diminutive stature at 3 feet 8 inches made him perfect for operating R2-D2's mechanisms from within. Baker's performance was purely physical, as the R2-D2's beeps and whistles were added in post-production. Yet his movements gave the little droid personality and charm. After Star Wars, Baker continued performing and appeared in several other films, including The Elephant Man and Flash Gordon. He passed away in 2016 at age 81, leaving behind a legacy as one of cinema's most beloved robotic characters. Mark Hamill's transformation from unknown actor to galactic hero began when he was just 25 years old. Born September 25, 1951 in Oakland, California, Hamill was a television actor with roles on General Hospital and the Texas Wheelers when he auditioned for Luke Skywalker. His earnest, boyish quality perfectly captured Luke's journey from farm boy to Jedi Knight. The success of Star Wars catapulted Hamill to international fame, but it also typecast him in ways that affected his career. After a serious car accident between the first and second films, Hamill found it challenging to break away from Luke Skywalker in Hollywood's eyes. He cleverly pivoted to voice acting, where his expressive vocal range found new purpose. Hamill became legendary as the voice of the Joker in Batman, the animated series, and countless other productions, building a second career that rivals his live-action fame.
Rumor has it, Christmas is a time to share.
He returned to Luke Skywalker in the sequel trilogy, bringing depth and gravitas to the character's final chapters. In 2025, at 73, Hamill remains active in both voice work and Star Wars projects. Carrie Fisher's Princess Leia broke the mold of typical space opera damsels in distress. Born October 21, 1956 in Beverly Hills, California, Fisher came from Hollywood royalty as the daughter of singer Eddie Fisher and actress Debbie Reynolds. Her sharp wit and fearless attitude made Leia a feminist icon before the term was widely used in popular culture. Fisher's portrayal balanced vulnerability with strength, never allowing Leia to be merely a love interest or victim. Her famous metal bikini scene in Return of the Jedi became controversial, but Fisher herself reclaimed it with humor and defiance in later years. Between Star Wars films, Fisher established herself as a novelist and screenwriter, penning semi-autobiographical works that showcased her brutal honesty and comedic timing. Her struggles with bipolar disorder and addiction were public battles she fought with characteristic wit and candor. Fisher became an advocate for mental health awareness, using her platform to destigmatize psychological treatment. She returned to Star Wars in the sequel trilogy, bringing mature wisdom to Leia's evolution into General Organa. Fisher passed away in 2016 at age 60, shortly after completing filming for The Last Jedi. Harrison Ford's Han Solo almost didn't happen. Born July 13, 1942 in Chicago, Illinois, Ford was working as a carpenter to support his family while taking small acting roles. George Lucas hired him to read lines with auditioning actors, but Ford's natural charisma and improvisational skills made him perfect for the cocky smuggler. Ford's approach to Han Solo was grounded in reality, despite the fantastic setting. He brought a world-weary skepticism that balanced the mystical elements of the Force and Jedi philosophy. His chemistry with both Carrie Fisher and Mark Hamill created the trilogy's emotional core, while his relationship with Chewbacca provided some of its best comedic moments. After Star Wars, Ford became one of Hollywood's biggest action stars, headlining the Indiana Jones franchise and appearing in films like Blade Runner and The Fugitive. He famously wanted Han Solo killed off in Return of the Jedi, feeling the character's arc was complete. When he returned for The Force Awakens decades later, he finally got his wish. In 2025, at 82, Ford continues acting while pursuing his passion for aviation and environmental causes. Peter Mayhew brought Chewbacca to life through pure physicality and heart. Born May 19, 1944 in Barnes, London, Mayhew stood 7 feet 3 inches tall due to a medical condition called Marfan syndrome. Before Star Wars, he worked as a hospital orderly, using his gentle nature to comfort patients despite his imposing appearance. George Lucas discovered Mayhew through a newspaper photograph and immediately knew he had found his Chewbacca. Mayhew's challenge was creating a fully realized character without dialogue, relying entirely on body language and growls dubbed in later.
They told me they fixed it.
His portrayal made Chewbacca both fierce warrior and loyal friend, capable of intimidating enemies and comforting allies. The costume was notoriously difficult to work in, causing Mayhew significant discomfort in hot climates. Yet he never complained, understanding that his performance was crucial to selling the character's reality. After the original trilogy, Mayhew became a beloved figure at conventions, his gentle personality contrasting beautifully with Chewbacca's fierce appearance. He continued playing Chewbacca until health issues forced his retirement, passing the role to Juna Satamo. Mayhew passed away in 2019 at age 74. James Earl Jones never appeared on screen in the original trilogy, but his voice made Darth Vader one of cinema's most iconic villains. Born January 17, 1931 in Arkabutla, Mississippi, Jones overcame a severe stutter in childhood to become one of America's most respected actors. His deep, resonant voice became his signature long before Star Wars. Lucas originally planned to have David Prowse, who wore the Vader costume, also provide the voice. However, Prowse's West Country English accent didn't fit the character's menacing presence. Jones was brought in to dub the dialogue, creating a voice that was both mechanical and deeply human, conveying Vader's inner conflict beneath the technological exterior. Jones initially received only $7,000 for his work on the first film and didn't believe Star Wars would be successful. His iconic delivery of lines like "I am your father" became part of popular culture.
I am your father.
Throughout his career, Jones balanced classical theater with film and television, earning numerous awards including honorary Oscars and Emmys. He continued voicing Vader well into his 80s, finally retiring from the role in recent years. In 2025, Jones is 94 years old. David Prowse, born July 1st, 1935 in Bristol, England, was the physical presence of Darth Vader throughout the original trilogy. A former bodybuilder and weightlifter who had represented England in the Commonwealth Games, Prowse brought imposing physicality to the Dark Lord of the Sith. His 6-foot 6-inch frame and broad shoulders made Vader a genuinely intimidating presence. Prowse initially auditioned for Chewbacca, but chose Vader because, as he famously said, "Everyone remembers the villain." His background in fitness and health advocacy seemed at odds with playing cinema's ultimate bad guy, but his commitment to the physical performance was total. The heavy costume and limited vision through the mask made every scene challenging. The decision to dub his voice with James Earl Jones disappointed Prowse, who had hoped his own delivery would be used. This led to some tension with Lucasfilm over the years. Nevertheless, Prowse embraced his connection to Vader, appearing at conventions worldwide and becoming a beloved figure among fans. He passed away in 2020 at age 85. Guinness brought gravitas and legitimacy to Star Wars, that helped audiences take its fantastic elements seriously. Born April 2, 1914 in London, England, Guinness was already a distinguished actor with a career spanning theater, film, and television. His roles in The Bridge on the River Kwai and Lawrence of Arabia had established him as one of Britain's finest actors. Initially skeptical of Star Wars, Guinness famously called the dialogue rubbish in private letters. However, his professionalism and skill elevated every scene he appeared in. His Obi-Wan Kenobi became the trilogy's moral center, a wise mentor whose sacrifice gives weight to Luke's journey. Guinness negotiated a percentage of the film's profits, making him wealthy beyond his expectations when Star Wars became a phenomenon. Though he sometimes expressed ambivalence about being remembered primarily for Star Wars rather than his other work, he understood the character's importance to multiple generations. Guinness passed away in 2000 at age 86, leaving behind a legacy that spans far beyond a single galaxy. The original Star Wars trilogy created more than just entertainment. It launched careers, changed lives, and gave the world characters that continue to inspire new generations. These actors didn't just portray heroes and villains. They became part of a modern mythology that shows no signs of fading